lot of us who are small business owners work daily, 60 hours a week sometimes.
John Jacobs' family business in Metairie has been selling office furniture and fixtures for more than 40 years.
The relationships are built up over years of business, years of work, of servicing, warranty work, last-minute things.
But recently, Jacobs' company, DKI Office Solutions, suddenly lost some big accounts with government agencies and health systems to an upstart competitor.
Yes, it's disheartening.
And it appears every other experienced furniture dealer in South Louisiana is also losing business to this rising force in furnishings.
All the vendors, myself, and like all the other ones across the state of business a long time, have worked these accounts and cultivated, and somebody to make a phone call and say, hey, we're gonna change because of we were told to do so.
Yeah.
With no explanation other than that.
St. Tammany Health System, North Oaks Health System, the St. Tammany Parish Sheriff's Office, and Southeastern Louisiana University, all government agencies in St. Tammany and Tangipahoa parishes, all shifting hundreds of thousands of dollars in business from the traditional furniture dealers to a relative newcomer, a newcomer owned by their state senator, Patrick McMath.
We own a company called Southern Interior Solutions, SIS.
That's Senator McMath appearing on an episode of the Arena Collective podcast entitled From Side Hustles to the Senate.
About 6-7 years ago, we started this as sort of a side hustle.
McMath then sums up his philosophy with a quote from his predecessor in the Senate.
He had a saying, if you want to be in business, you need to be involved in politics. They go hand in hand.
I'm not in politics, and I've been doing this almost 40 years.
How does it make you feel when you hear him say that this is his side hustle after this has been your life's work?
It ticks me off a little bit that he thinks it's funny, that he can come in with a phone call and undo what my dad started 43 years ago.
Now, you didn't reach out to me. I called you because I was calling all of the competitors in the area and spoke to 6 different companies.
Correct, and thank you for doing so.
And they all feel the same way as you do, right?
Yes.
4 of those furniture dealers, CI Group in Baton Rouge, AOS Interior Environments and Workplace Solutions in New Orleans, and IDI Workspaces in Lafayette, put out a joint statement saying in part, quote, Louisiana small businesses should not have to compete in the private and public sectors with elected officials who hold legislative or regulatory decision-making over the entities with which they seek to do business. McMath suggests his competitors are just bitter that they're losing out to SIS on big jobs. He points to state ethics board opinions saying it's okay for state legislators to do business with local governments, like this one involving a former legislator's parish contracts, which says the law allows that and only prohibits a legislator, his spouse, or any legal entity of his from entering into any contract with state government. SIS doesn't have any state contracts, but public records we gathered show the State Facilities Department did purchase nearly $1 million in furnishings last year for the new Robin Roberts Broadcast Media Center at Southeastern Louisiana University from a company called AEW Interiors. And AEW owns half of McMath's firm, SIS. Because SIS can't do business with the state, furniture makers that sign pricing agreements with the state of Louisiana, all except one of them, agreed in 2025 to add AEW as an approved broker. On these pre-approved state vendor lists, AEW is listed at this building in Covington. It's co-owned by McMath and his partner. But when we went there, all we found was a law firm, and we soon found out clearly not AEW's law firm.
Hey, I'm David Hammer from WWL, and I'm trying to understand some stuff with AEW, which is listed as...
Direct everything to their attorneys.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. But this is not their office because it's listed as that.
To their attorneys.
Okay. That's fine.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thanks.
AEW uses a different address in its official corporate paperwork with the Secretary of State and on its invoices to the state for the furniture at Southeastern, and it's actually the same as SIS's address. It's only a block away from the law office, so we walked over and went up the stairs, We found a sign for SIS along with other firms sharing the office space, but no mention of AEW.
Hey, I'm David Hammer from WWL.
McMath wasn't there. His partner was, but he was on the phone. He had his attorney call us back. The attorney said AEW is a separate company from SIS with separate bank accounts, and that's why it can do business with the state, while ethics attorneys say SIS cannot. Again, even though AEW owns half of SIS, and records indicate they share employees, use the same phone number, and the same office. We also tried to visit McMath's legislative office in Covington.
So it's Tuesday at about 1:30 p.m. This is Senator Patrick McMath's Covington office, his main Senate office, and there's nobody answering the door. When I called last week, I had to leave a message. Nobody answered during business hours.
McMath declined multiple requests for an interview, but sent me a series of texts defending SIS's work for local government agencies. Coming up in part 2, we look at why competitors claim McMath is using his position in the legislature and on a key Senate committee to get an unfair business advantage. David Hammer, WWL, Louisiana.
And that part 2 coming up tonight at 10. So although he declined our interview request, McMath did provide a short written statement. That statement says in part that our company offers a high quality product with superior service at a competitive price. This story won't change our commitment to make our customers happy. And again, as David just mentioned, we'll have more on this story coming up part 2 again on WWL Louisiana News at 10.